Assalamualaikum. Today I'm going to show how to remove this servo motor that controls the air mixture. You will need one of these, a screwdriver, a long one, a small one with flat head. You will need this Phillips one. This will help you to remove the third screw up here. There is no problem removing these two. It's this one that's going to be very hard to get out. A bit hard, not very hard. You need a drill bit that goes here. Make sure it's something like this, where when you spin this side, the front spin, not the body. The body doesn't spin. Don't get the one that the body spins. You see that? The body doesn't spin when you spin the back. You will need this of its because the profile is flat. So you can put in the drill bit here. And you will need a light. Okay. The drill bit is important that you get a one that goes nicely in, so the drill bit doesn't slip when you are forcing, because when you want to untighten. The factory tight is quite tight, because if you get one that's small like this and you try to open it, it can slip, and you only have one chance of this. If this one slip and break, example this one, if the if the hole breaks, you cannot catch it anymore, then that's it. There's no way to open it, and the only way you can open it is to break it. So get a proper one. Try it first. Put your hands inside and try to spin it first, like this. You need to push it in and try to spin. Make sure it doesn't slip. So this is the part goes here. There's 3 screws here. You can get the first 2, this one and this one, using a normal screwdriver. This one is hidden behind 2 layers of a plastic and some metal part. This one is just, it's not compulsory, but this is magnet, just in case that the screw or something drops. It's a magnetic thing. See that? So you wouldn't need to use half an hour of your time searching for these things, small bits and pieces of metal. Okay. And also the towel. You will need to put the towel at the door there, because you'll be resting your knees here, just for comfort. Now we're just gonna get through there and I'll show you how. First, remove this bolt. Okay, and then put it over there. There's a clip here where you need to press it in like that. Press it in like that. Okay, and then it's down. Then down here there is a slot here which you have to push it to the back. When you put it in, the slot is here. There, that's the slot there. See that hole there? So when you're going to put it back in, you're going to need to push it in here first, and then you adjust it and just put it back here, clip it in. This is a tight space, so I need and you guys to imagine some stuff, because I cannot make this video while using one hand. It's not easy. The space is very small here, so push it out. Okay, like it is. I suggest to remove this because you'll need some space down here. If not, you keep hitting this this cover here. It's over there. You need to access it. Okay. This motor, okay, is positioned somewhere like this. It's gonna be somewhere like this. You see it easily there. Okay. So that's the first bolt here. That's the first screw here. This one at the back, and the hard one is this one. See, I can't even give you a clear view of it. This is something you will can see in your eyes only. It's here. I'll try to put the screw back in, just the screw, so you can see. Basically, before trying removing the screw, remember to remove the connector. To remove the connector is to use this small screwdriver. You have to push it in a bit. You see this? That's the connector, right? I'll try to zoom in. There. Okay. You see this? You need to push it and then just slide it out. Don't force it so much. So the condition is like this. Push the connector and then just pry it to the back. Alright. Sorry guys, there's not much I can show. Not everything I can show with detail. Also I forgot about this cover here. You see that it's just a clip here. See this part here? So you just push it in when you're going to put back in, and also at the back there. So you need to slide it in and then just push it in. So when you want to open it, just pry it out like that, force it out. Now we're gonna see how to use this. You cannot. Yeah, I have to make clear about this. You cannot open the third screw, this one. You cannot open this one. It's impossible. Okay, impossible to access with a straight screwdriver. It's impossible. Even if you get a ratchet that's okay, I show you on this side. See that? The space is so small. It's here. See this? This is the only space that you have. That's it. So if your ratchet is this thick, oh, so sorry, you cannot get it out. Just to show again, the flexible to get the one at the back there. That's one there. You go through the top here. You see that? Okay. And then you use your right hand. Your left hand needs to hold this in place, and this is what you use on your right hand. There is two type of. See that? It's easier for me to do this. See? Okay. You see the body is not spinning. The spinning is the screw. That's how you get the second one there. There is two type of this small ratchet here. Wrench ratchet. Okay. There's a straight one. This one there's a curve. I would like you guys to get the straight one. Don't get the curved one. I'm not sure. This one works, but I think a straight one would be more convenient in this situation, because you really need to go instead and then go like that. When you're like this, sometimes it gives the impression that it's straight. See, I'm holding it like this, but basically it's actually curved. Understand me? Now I have to hold it like this, because sometimes you're not looking into it. You're searching there where you want to put this one inside. Okay, because you need to make sure that this is holding strong, it doesn't slip, so it doesn't break. the thread, and you need it to be straight. You don't want your screw to be going in like this. It will break the plastic, because there is already a hole there that you can just screw it in straight. So, and the third and the second, this one you can get this one. This one easy, you can get. There's no problem with this one. So the next one is this one. So what you do, you go through here first. See that? Go here, and then you push it under. You see? There, and then you push it under here. Force it, and you will need to hold it straight like this. You need to push it in, so the screw doesn't move. I really hope that you guys can imagine what I'm doing. It's so hard. There's no place for me to give you a really good view. For educational purpose, I already put in the one of the screw that's hard to get. See, this is why you need the flexible one. You see how it curves in. There is no way for you to have a straight screwdriver here. It's impossible. This is metal. This is metal. This is hard plastic that is connected to this bigger, harder plastic. So the only way you can do is go through this, so it's straight here, and you can turn the one here, from here to this side. So how are you going to turn this? That's why I suggest you to get this small one, because you need to push this in. This one, you need to push it in. You need to push the screw in so you can drive it out. If you are using a drill, it's big, it's heavy, and you might have trouble holding it in position, and this thing will wobble. So you need to use your right hand, like so, like this, to open it. Okay, it's light enough that it will not fall, number one. And your left hand, you need to hold it steady and push it. So you need to force it. So, and then you can turn this. Okay, there. You can get it out. Okay. Before that, move this. Alright. Okay, follow this. See this? I hope you can see it. There. See, I'm going to see how impossible it is. That is the screw that you need to get out. You need to take out. And this is why you cannot have a straight one. It's going to curve here. Alright. I've already tightened the screw a bit, just for example, for a demonstration. So I will be needing two hands. Okay. This won't be an easy task if you have big hands. So if you are an American, or maybe from the West, your hands are big, ask help from someone smaller, maybe your your child's friend, or maybe your friend that's an Asian friend. If not, you have trouble getting your hands inside. And once that's out, that's it, you're done. And to put it back in, this is one part here. You need to align this with this. Let's see you're gonna put it back in. So this is the alignment here. This is the big part. See that? If you turn it to the left, will close the hot air. Turn to the right, the hot air will come out. So this, you need to align it. See, this is bigger. This is, you cannot move this, but you can move this. So when you align it together, my part is here, so I'll need to align it, push it in, because this thing will turn and turn and turn to close and open the flap door air mixture. Somebody has mentioned that if there is no servo motor, this is what will happen. It will get stuck. You see that? That's about like 30 seconds. I have to do this. You cannot turn it on, about 30 seconds, maybe more. Now I can switch it on without that servo motor. So we have to connect the servo motor, but we can still use the old one, the one that's faulty. I'm going to remove the gear. To remove this gear, see this part here, you need to push it a bit with one hand and use the other hand, your right hand, to pull this out. You have to force pull. It's quite tight inside here. Maybe you should use another flathead screwdriver and then, you know, pry it open like this, get a big one and then just push it like that. If you're strong enough, you can pull it out, but I wouldn't recommend to force it so much. You should wiggle it out slowly. Do this carefully because this clip can break if you force too much. So it's already out. It's one direction there. I'm going to try and see what happens if I reconnect the servo motor. Will it still hang, you know, and become unresponsive to if we touch any button? And hopefully you will just, this is what I think. I don't know, I'm just sharing what comes, you know, the result from this try and error. If this doesn't work, I'll just get a new servo motor. Then I'm going to tie it up and I'll show you after. I've tied this to this metal part, to this metal hook. I put on the connector, so there is no gear attached to it. The gear is there. Let's see what happened. Would the aircon panel stall if the connector is in? So this is the first time we're on with the connector on.
Show my starts recording.
So it immediately responds, which means that the servo motor needs to be attached. This whole thing is considered as it reset itself. Let's try it. So that's the solution. Take off the gear, it will immediately respond. I've put back the servo motor without the gear. Okay, then I use the white disc masking tape to hold the gear flap, because when I checked it, last time I checked it, I already turned it all the way to the cold side, to the left, until it stopped. Maybe when I drive around, you know, all the vibration, it did go back to the right. So I had to, before I installed it, I turned it back to the left. The masking tape, I covered it all the way to the back and I pulled it all the way down here. I did it twice, 2 direction. You have to pull it here, and then I pull it one side, and then after that I put one more here. So I hope it steadies there and it doesn't and the masking tape holds the gear. That's what I can hope for. If you have a better solution to holding the gear in place, do share. Alright. The better solution is actually to get a new servo motor. But it's unnecessary for us. That's all. We do what we have. Thank you. For those that wants to replace this servo motor, you first need to understand that the flap and this gear has to be put together like so. There's a big part here and there's a big gap here for it to go through it, so for it to spin and hold it in. And there is also a stopper here, which means that this stopper here will stop this motor from going too much all the way, so it cannot go 360 degrees non-stop. At some point it will stop here. You see here, it's stuck here. So it's basically there is something here like that. See this? So it's here. When it spins too much, you see it spins to the left, spin, and then it gets stuck. It will stop here. So if the motor is faulty and it tries to still turn left, you will either break this or or you can break this, I don't know, or you can break this, I don't know, because I don't know how strong this is. Will it go past? I don't know. But that's basically how this motor, that's a safety feature. So that's one thing that you should know. That is why you cannot simply just replace it without knowing which direction this is. I'll give an example. Let's say this has turned all the way to here, and this one, it cannot spin. The placement of this motor with this gear is incorrect. So if it turns left, imagine this, when it turns left, okay, like this. Sorry, okay, when it spins right, this thing will be spinning left, like so. You can imagine this, spins right, when it goes down, this will be spinning left. The flap, if you turn it to the left, it is the LO, means this, the coldest temperature. When you turn the flap right, it is the hottest temperature, HI, high. SO, spin left, cold, spin. When it spins left, the flap will spin right, high. When it spins right, you cannot turn this motor when it's inside here. You cannot simply turn it. You cannot, because it is a motor, it is not free. There is a motor inside here that will move this. To be safe, let's say you are confused as to how to put this thing back in together. Just in case that if you put it here, this is supposed to be a cold position, but you turn the flap into the high position. So you understand that something could happen. I don't know, because I'm not a mechanical thing, but this is the basic of what I understand when I look at how that thing was moving around. You see, I did do this carefully, but this thing is expensive. I looked through it. So this is what I recommend. First, you can screenshot this. You connect the servo motor only. Just connect this. Okay, do not remove this, please. This is assuming this is new. You bought a new one, you're replacing it. Okay, you connect this first. Where is it? It's here. Okay. Let's see, you connect this. You need this. You need to hang it. There's a metal hook there. I've already showed it before. Don't screw it in. Leave it hanging. Hang the motor while it's connected. You turn on the car and the air condition. Then you set the air condition to the lowest, meaning that this motor will turn all the way to its lowest position. This one. At the same time, the flap, you must also turn it to the lowest position here until you turn it until it gets stopped, and it stops. So that's the maximum it can turn. After this one has been at lowest, this one has been at the lowest, you turn off the car. I'm sorry, you don't turn off the car yet. You need to disconnect the motor first, because I did see that if you turn off the car, that this motor will sometimes go back to the factory setting. So don't turn off the car yet. It should be around here. You need to disconnect the motor first. This should be here. Okay, after you disconnect motor, you turn off the car. So basically, when you disconnect it, this should be, the motor should be at the lowest setting. And now you take it off, you unhook it, and then you install the motor again and connect it. So this position is in, this is at the lowest, this is also setting at the lowest. I hope this helps for you to understand. If you think this is complicated, don't do it. Send it to a aircon shop. They will understand this better, because when this comes as new, it is at a setting, and I have no idea what the setting is. Maybe this at 25 temperature, I don't know. Maybe there's an angle here, but it has to have an angle, because when I took this off, the angle was like this, as so. The big part where the motor goes through was like this. It was here, because the motor was stuck at the highest. This was already at the maximum high. You see here, spin left hot, right? So basically it has spin all the way to the left and stuck. The stopper was here, to the left, so it cannot spin to the left anymore. The stopper was here, it cannot spin to the left anymore. See, if it spins to the left, it stops. It can only spin to the right. So thank you. I'm going to put back my servo motor without the gear. That's it, because we are in a hot country. I don't need the temperature control thing. In whatever it is, the servo motor needs to be connected, faulty or not. It needs to communicate. The computer will try to find this motor, and without it, it will give an error. Thank you very much.